Hey there. Today I'm going to put to test this 3M windshield repair kit. I got a couple dings on this car in the windshield here. This is the one I'm most concerned about lately. Looks like it's got a couple little bubbles in it now, which I don't remember being in it last summer. They were in it when I got the car, but you're supposed to have the windshield temperature around 70 degrees when you do this, and it needs to be over freezing at night, so I've been looking for the perfect time to do it. Seems like summer comes and then winter comes, and I don't have a garage, so here's the other one. Here is the contents of the kit. Get some glass resin, bridge assembly, which I already put together. The suction cups, you have to screw them on. Resin chamber. That's what you actually put the glass resin into, I guess. Really soft piece on the end. I believe you butt that up to the windshield when you put it together. Injector. This is the piece you screw into the resin chamber. It's solid on top. That's what kind of smushes it into the crack, I guess. That's your dropper for the glass resin. Give you a razor blade for cleaning the surface after it all dries. To make it totally smooth, we have a stick pin thumbtack to fish any pieces out of the center of it. These chips have been in here for a couple years, and when you do something like this, you want to try and catch it as soon as possible, so this will be interesting. A couple cleaning pads. I guess these little O-rings and stuff, I stuck them on it last year when I bought the kit. Looks fairly simple. It's just you want to have the temperature be warm enough. So I think I'm going to try this. Fairly warm day today, so we'll give it a go. So this is the one I'm going to... Looked at it really close on the inside, and it looks like there is a little bit of dust and particles, dirt that have gotten into it. Probably can't see it on camera, but there's really nothing to pick out on this one. So I guess I'm just gonna put her together. With this 3M kit, it looks like they give you enough glass resin you can do a few chips, but I'll probably just do this one today. They even give you the little alcohol prep wipe. I'm just gonna do a bigger area so the suction cups stick a little bit better to it. Also in the instructions here, they say mirror taped onto the inside of the windshield helps correctly place the bridge and resin chamber. I don't think I'm gonna need that. I'll try it first without it. Clean the windshield, which we did. Position the bridge assembly in the windshield with opening for the resin chamber centered directly over top of the damage. Press down on the assembly until suction cups affixed to the windshield and suction cups are nearly flat. Screw the resin chamber assembly onto the bridge until the rubber... So yeah, I would be using a tripod today, but it's so windy it would just be blowing over, so position this baby. I think I'm going to put it this way opposed to this way. It doesn't specify anything, but I think I'm just going to do it that way. Press down till flat, they said. So I would say I can't mess that up. They do say to turn the defrost on to get your windshield up to about 70 degrees. Maybe I will do that. I mean, the sun has been shining pretty good today, and it's pretty warm in here, but overcast. Alright, just started setting the defrost. Warm that windshield up a little bit. I can see that would be a good way to mess this up if the resin isn't warm enough. Maybe I'll put that in the windshield too. The glass resin. Be sure to shake that up a little before you use it. Next they say to screw resin chamber assembly onto the bridge until the rubber tip of the resin chamber touches the surface of the windshield. Make sure the rubber is centered and covers as much damage as possible. Reposition the bridge assembly as necessary. And then it says, turn the resin chamber 3 more full turns to create tight, leak-free seal. Do not over-tighten, as you could damage windshield more. I think we are ready to screw the resin chamber on. You say to screw it on. Until it touches, probably can't see it on the camera. Once it touches, then 3 more full turns. So, yeah, that'd be half. 1, half, 2. Oh yeah. I feel like that's not gonna stick. I think I'm just gonna go 2.5. So I guess what you want is it's putting a good suction right around your chip. But I don't think I'm gonna... Okay, I went a little bit more. I don't trust it. It's gonna hold if I do 3 full turns, so I'm leaving it at about 2.5. And we're ready to dump some resin in. Here's a look on the inside. You can see those little air pockets. I don't think those are going to disappear. I think they're going to stay, but you can see a little bit of the dirt now more clear. That's what happens if you don't get to it right away. I've had this car like 2 years and I meant to do this, but like I said, the temperature has been fluctuating too much, and before you know it, spring's over or winter's starting and I don't have a garage. So ideally, a garage would be a good place to do this, but they say once you do get it done, you do cure it in the sun. You leave the car sit in the sun outside. So now we are at step 3. Let's add glass resin. Yeah, they say perform repair in shaded area. Pretty overcast today, so I'm not worried. They say to have cloth or paper towel near the bottom of windshield just in case extra seeps out. Shake bottle 15 seconds. Use dropper to fill the resin chamber approximately half full with the glass repair resin. I don't know how much. They don't specify how much to use. I think 1 milliliter looks like on here. That should be plenty. Maybe I'll do 1.5. I'm just gonna fill the threads halfway up. Here we go. I think I'm just gonna bring it up to about halfway, the threads on here. I think that'll be plenty until you get to the bigger part on the threads there. I think that'll be plenty. And yeah, you definitely have enough resin here for a couple chips. Probably the way to go if you got a couple of them. I've seen there's some other brands, like a Rain-X one, but it sounds like they don't give you enough resin to do multiple jobs. Now, I'm going to, this is what actually pushes it through, I guess. How do you know how far you are? And yeah, that was even too much. It's squishing it up. I don't know if you can see that. So don't even go to the big collar. I would only fill it to about here. You ain't gonna need much. Pressure will begin to build in the resin chamber and increase in efforts felt. Once increased pressure felt, turn the injector 1 more full turn. Wait 1 minute. Then it says unscrew the injector slightly, but do not completely unthread from chamber. Wait 2 minutes. This technique removes excess air from the damage. Well, I unscrewed The stuff is actually thickening up. You can see it kind of overflowed because I put too much in there. Now I'm waiting a minute for it to suck air out of the damaged area, I guess. That suction cup system is working really good. I thought it would have come off by now, but it's holding on pretty good. Now after I give that a minute, I squish it down all the way, and that really pressurizes it into the damaged area, I guess. Well, after you unscrew that to let air bubbles out for a minute or two, it says 2 minutes, it's very hard to screw in. It's almost like that resin has glued itself. I mean, I got to turn a little bit, but it looks like the pressure is really good. It's kind of squishing out against the windshield. Do you see that? But I'm scared to go any tighter. Wow, I think it kind of glued itself together. Here's what the inside looks like. Doesn't look too much different yet. That's a bummer. I waited so long, but like I said, when I bought the car, it already had these chips in it. But biggest thing is that I care is to keep it from spider webbing, because then you need a whole new windshield, and that's hundreds and hundreds of dollars. This kit was only 12 or 13 bucks. I can barely screw that screw in on the outside on the top, so I guess I'm just gonna have to call it good and park it in the sun now. Turn it all the way inside the chamber. Well, I couldn't even, I think, not hardly any injected into the windshield, into the crack, because you can't compress liquid really. So let's allow up to 30 minutes for damage to be completely filled with glass resin. Wipe off excess. Well, I had a paper towel, and of course nothing even came out. So I'm gonna park the vehicle in the sun. And alright, I took it off, and a bunch of it was just kind of running out. But now they say to put another drop on top of it after you do that procedure. Then you're supposed to put this piece of plastic on top of it. This is supposed to extra seal it? I don't know. This is what they give you. I don't know what the tissue paper's for, just so you see it. I don't know. And this is supposed to kind of complete the process. I don't know. It's so windy out here, I don't feel like it's even going to stay on. And I guess that's all there is to it. And then after that dries, like half an hour, and then you take it off and clean it with the knife blade. I'm going to peel off this last layer of film. It's kind of the final step. Doesn't look like it's dried under there though. Look at, yeah, it's just the way that plastic reacts. I think it did seal it a bit. I did this other one while I was waiting for that to dry. Let's see what that looks like. I did get a second use out of this, as you can see. But I let it dry too long before I cranked it down last time. So it actually started to harden up inside. It said 2 minutes. Don't give it 2 minutes. Plus I filled that up too much. Less is more in this case. Let's see how this one turned out. And it's splooging out just like other one. I'm just gonna put this over the top right away, I think. Shoot. It's so hard to do this one-handed if you were not using a camera. Final step is putting another drop, which this one I think it worked about better than the other one. Somehow To get this apart, you got to use a couple wrenches on it because it cures. A couple little pliers work good. It cures. It kind of glues itself together. Didn't get more than one use out of it, but it clogs up. I had to clean it up again. I'm trying to use it for a third time, and here is the resin once it hardens up. It looks just like glass. Took a drill bit and had to clamp this in my vise. And you can just push it out. It's pretty... doesn't stick to it too bad, but you gotta clean it up every time you use it. And then even this starts to set in there too. Well, I'm gonna try and do a little experiment here. This car is so old, it's actually got glass headlight lenses. But now the dropper broke, and I'm just gonna have to try and pour it in there somehow, because you can get two uses out of that, the dropper deal, whatever they call it. But now it's split. The stuff hardens up on the inside. I was trying to get that old stuff out. Time to reveal the headlight fix. Well, possibly. Looks like it just went inside of it. Yeah, really need a backing on that. Darn it. I guess I'll just have to stick a piece of clear tape over it like I've had the last 2 years. When I got the car, that was filling up with water. And this was actually half full of water. So I took it out and drained it out, dried it out. Let's see what the end result of this one. I think this one came out better. From the inside, where is it? I can tell that one got stuff in there. Well, time will tell. Thanks for watching.